The moment you begin to answer that name, a widow, your brain must be reset. In my own case, I had 22 people living in my house. I and my immediate family were only 6. 4 children, I and my husband 6. But in all, in my house, we were 22. We were feeding them, we were doing all sorts for them. But at the end of the day, they were the first to abandon the family. Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of your favorite program, Widow's World. Remember that we said that Widow's World is a story, or rather of a widow's experience. A widow who has been one for over 22 years. And so I welcome all of you this moment. I thank my subscribers, and I thank as many as share and like this program. God bless you. There are 5 things that you need to do so that you will not be a widow. Really, it's not that anybody determines when she becomes a widow. Nobody has that power in her hands. It's only God that determines the course of life. But be that as it may, I think there are certain things we can do, as human beings to stop the enemy, to stop the devil, as much as our life is in the hands of God, there are things that we can do to stop the enemy from having their way. And like I said, I am saying this out of my own experience. One thing you have to know as a widow is at the moment you begin to answer that name, a widow, your brain must be reset. That is the truth. Your brain must be reset, because at that point in time, everything about you has changed. You must change your mindset. You must change everything about you, because it's like you are starting a new life entirely. You may not understand it when it happens at that moment. You may not realize it. But as the days go by, you will come to know that you have become a new person. A new person in the sense that everybody you used to know will most probably desert you. Your friends will desert you. Your husband's friends will desert you. Your relations will desert you. Your family, all of them. You may find out that you will just be there with your children. And at this point in time, like I said, you have to reset your mind, your brain, so as to move on the way you ought to, right? Now, coming to the 5 points that we are talking about. The first point is you must learn to stand in the gap for your family. Yeah. You must learn as a married woman to stand in the gap for your family. You must be prayerful. Yes, we know that the man is supposed to be the priest of the house, but it doesn't always follow, because there are homes where the men don't even know they are supposed to be, the spiritual head of the home. So if your husband is like that, you as a woman should actually take that responsibility. So as to be the cover in your family, you must be prayerful. You must stand in the gap for your spouse and for your family. That is the first point. Now, the second point is, in the place of prayer, don't joke with the revelations that you get. Don't joke with the revelations that you receive, whether as a vision of the night, or maybe in any way that you receive revelations, because the way people receive revelations actually differ. Now, in any way you receive revelations, don't joke with that revelation. If you had listened to one of the programs, I think the second one, I told you that God actually showed me what was going to happen to my husband. But that because I lacked understanding, I couldn't follow it up in prayer. And 7 days after that revelation, I lost 3 points. Don't allow every Tom, Dick, and Harry to come live with you in your house. I am talking out of experience, because if anything bad happens to you, those people you think that were your relations, those people you think that they are part of you, you house them, you fed them, they will be the first to snitch on you. They will be the first to tell the world your secret. They will be the first to laugh at you. They will be the first to abandon you. Remember, I am talking out of experience. In my own case, I had 22 people living in my house. I and my immediate family were only 6. 4 children, I and my husband 6. But in all, in my house, we were 22. We were feeding them, we were doing all sorts for them. But at the end of the day, they were the first to abandon the family. Learn sense now that your husband is still alive. Number 4, those that hype you. You see those people that hype you. Lord, our wife. Be wary of them. Those people that will call you pet names, that you will think they love you, is a lie. They don't love you, no shit. Do you know why I'm saying this? I had people that when I go to the market, they will carry basket and follow me. When I buy and the basket is full, they will go and put in the car and come back to the market. I had people that were that loyal. I had people that I thought that because of the fact that they tell me nice things, they hype me, I thought they were part of it. And final point is this. Talk to your husband. He should be careful how he gives money to people, especially if it has to do with cash. You know why I'm saying this? In those days, there was no phone. I think the phone barely came out. Was it in 2000 and I think the later part of 2001, and then towards 2002, that was when phone came out. There was no phone. So you find out that anything that has to do with monetary transaction, you give the money to somebody, physical, cash. Let your man, your husband, be wary, be careful, don't do that. Because they will use that money to go spiritual against him. It's an experience I had.